everybody, my name is Laura and welcome to my Worcester Mommy channel. I'm doing a slightly different video today, so hopefully you've enjoyed watching my vlogs about what me and my little boy got up to during the summer holidays. But now the summer holidays are over, no! And it's back to school, starting school for my little one and back to work for me. So I just wanted to kind of do a video after my son's done his first week of reception school, and I'm going to do it 10 things I've learned about being a school run mom, week 1. These aren't in any particular order, these are just things that over this first week that have either happened or I've thought about. So yeah, let's get started. Number 1, the emotional turmoil of the first day. So I was fine all summer holidays until like 2 days before he started, and then it just hit me. I was like, oh, my baby's going to school, and I was so like just thinking I'm going to miss him all the time. And I looked after him full time for a few years, and then he went to nursery on mornings. So I'm used to not being with him some of the time, but the idea of Monday to Friday, you know, like when I'm at work, he's there at like 8, so 8 till 4 on a long day, or obviously 9 till 3 or 9 till half 3 on a short day. But I was like, oh my life. He didn't seem fussed. He was excited because it is exciting. New school, new teacher, loads of new friends to make. So he was really excited, but I was dreading it, to be honest with you. And when the first day came, he was fine. He just said, bye mummy, gave me a cuddle and walked into his new classroom like he'd been there for months, years, not a problem. I scurried out of the classroom. Who can guess what happened next? Yes, I cried in the car park. But I don't mean like, you know, a solitary tear. I mean like, oh, proper tears, sobs. So I'd already made a plan to see my friend on the same day so we could weep together. So that's what we did. We met up for a coffee and we both were like, oh, our little children, because we met when we were pregnant. So to have 4-year-olds starting school was like, how has this happened? So yeah, emotional turmoil of the first day. Number 2. The second day was fine. That's the message. So to new parents who are going through sending their children off to nursery or school for the first time, the first day's horrific, not gonna lie. Children might be fine, you won't be. It's upsetting. But second day, I was fine. I was like, right, let's go. It just becomes normal routine then. So moral of the story, first day you'll get upset. Well, you might get upset. But second day, you'll be fine. Number 3, the children in reception don't realise that they're working. They don't realise that they're learning. If you ask them, what did you learn today? They will say nothing. If you ask them, what did you do today? You might still get nothing. So I have a key to help you parents out there to get to the nitty gritty, if you like, to actually find out what your child is doing at school. So if you get a copy of their timetable, so I got a copy, they had it kind of stuck to the wall in the reception area, and I just took a photo of it. But if you ask the teacher, or if it's visible for parents anyway, so you know what the timetable is for your child, then you will know what lessons they're doing on each day, and you can ask specific questions. I find that if I ask very broad questions like what have you learned, what have you done, I get 0 details. If I say what letter did you do today in phonics, then I'm more likely to get a response. So the other day, it was really funny. He said, I don't know, mummy, I can't remember what the letter's called. And I said, okay, what did your teacher talk about in the lesson? And he said, she had a fluffy frog called Freddie. And I went, I think I might know what letter you were learning today. So, yeah, specific questions to find out what your children have been up to, because they don't know that they're learning. They think they go to school and play all day, because the teachers are very clever. They put on these great activities for the children to do, and they're, could be digging in sand or playing in water or sitting on the carpet reading a story, and the children just think it's fun. At that age, they have no idea that they are being taught or that they are learning anything. Number 4, organisation. This is not my strong point. I pretend to be organised and have to put a lot of effort in to be organised, but my default setting is messy, unorganised chaos. But when you've got children going to school, getting organised the night before makes the morning a lot easier. So that sounds obvious, and it probably is obvious, but it's got to be in my top 10 that it's easier if you've got the books in the book bag, the PE kit in the PE bag, sandwiches made if you're sending sandwiches, coats, whatever, by the front door. Then in the morning you're not running around saying, "Where's your PE kit?" Number 5, attempting to be a good parent in the first week of school. So what I mean by that is I've had a few things sent home in his first week, one being a reading book and a reading record, and the other being his first piece of homework. And I don't know what came over me, because as I said, I'm not a particularly organised person. But as soon as he brought his reading book home, I was like, right, we're going to read every night, and I'm going to sign it, and we're going to do it every night, and we're going to be good, and that's what we're going to do. And the same with the homework. So he had it on the Monday, and it was due on the Friday, and we did it Monday night. And I was like, right, we're going to do our homework straight away, we're going to put it in your book bag, and then we haven't got to think about it. This is not going to last. No. I'm trying to be a good, organised parent, and I think this week I've been amazing, but it's week 1. Okay, I'm going to give myself maybe 3 weeks of being able to keep that up, and then I think things will start to be a little bit slower, and maybe not read every single night, and maybe not do the homework on the first night it's been given, and maybe leave it till midweek. Or at some point there is going to be a panic of, it's Friday tomorrow and we haven't done your homework. Number 6, parking. Now this only applies if you drive your children to school, and I know a lot of people walk, but there's a little distance between our school, my son's school, and where we live, and I normally have to go to work after I've dropped him off. So we drive, and when your kids aren't at school, you haven't got to worry about rush hour, and it's crazy. It's kind of like you leave at 10 to 8 and you're fine, leave at 5 to 8 and like everybody's left their house at the same time and it's bumper to bumper traffic. Or when I get there at 8 o'clock, car park's pretty much empty, I can park, walk my son to breakfast club. Get there at 10 past 8, I can't even get into the school gates. So yeah, timing what time you leave the house and trying to avoid the busy times, which I think is pretty much impossible. I mean, I think we've had about a 50% success rate. Some days we sit in traffic, some days we go straight through. Who knows? I don't know. Number 7. I've put reading books and homework, but I've kind of already covered that with the being an organised parent. So yeah, it was really sweet actually, because obviously my son can't read at this point, but him bringing home a reading book has been lovely, and he was really excited about it, and he's like, "Mummy, I can read this all by myself already." And I'm like, "Oh, can you?" And he thinks he's reading because he looks at the pictures and he tells a story, which is a great thing. He's got a good imagination and he can kind of read the pictures and kind of think of a story that matches it. So that's a really good skill in itself, but it's not the same as reading. So he was like, yes, and the little boy goes to the park and does this, and I was like, that's very cute. But we've really enjoyed the reading book so far. He's had a couple. Number 8 is missing them. It's what happens. I think if you're busy, then you don't miss them as much because you've got other things on your mind. But, you know, it's just one of those things, really. You miss the time that you can spend with them, and I miss kind of our mornings and, you know, our slower mornings, not the fast ones that leave the house, and just doing things together. We had such a lovely summer holiday that now it's over and he's at school 5 days a week. I have missed him. Not gonna lie, it's the truth. Number 9 is the tiredness, not ours, the children's. So doing full days at school 5 days a week, they get shattered. My son hasn't taken naps for years. He occasionally falls asleep in the car if we've had a busy day and we're on the way back home, kind of thing. But he's not one for napping. He's normally awake 12, 13 hours and he just runs and is active and on the go all the time. But his first week of school, the other day, he fell asleep on the sofa. He'd had a drink and a snack and I'd put some telly on for him after he's read his book, and he just nodded off and he just slept for like an hour and a half. And then I had to wake him up to have his tea, and then he went back to sleep and slept all night. So yeah, don't underestimate how tired they will be on their first week of school, because it's a shock to the system. They're not used to it. So yeah, they might also get a bit grouchy. My little one hasn't been too bad. But yeah, expect maybe a few tantrums. I know they're older, they're 4 or 5, but I think tantrums when they're tired, because school's taken so much out of them. Okay, number 10. This is just making the most of the time that you have together. There's been a shift in our house because when I looked after him for an entire day, by the time I got to about 4 o'clock, I was done. It was like, right, okay, it's TV time, let's sit down and watch some TV. We've been out all day, we've been running here, there, everywhere, doing activities, keeping ourselves busy. It's time to sit down, watch a bit of telly, Mommy can have a cup of coffee and just chill out for a little bit before starting to make tea and whatever. But now, when I'm picking him up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, that time now becomes, oh, what should we do together, because we haven't seen each other all day. So there's been a massive shift in our pattern of the day. So obviously he's a little bit tired and just wants some downtime, but it's been lovely. We've kind of put in place a after school routine. So he comes home, I get him a drink and snack, we read his reading book straight away at the moment, to kind of get that job done. And then I ask him, I say, what do you want to play? Do you want to play on your own, or do you want to play with Mommy? And we've had some lovely times. We played Lego together for about an hour the other night. And that's something that we've done lots of while he was younger, but I wouldn't say for that amount of time. But just to have a whole hour of just playing together and building different things with his Lego, he enjoyed and I really enjoyed as well. And also the weekends. So this weekend I'm really looking forward to, because I don't feel like I've seen him very much. I haven't seen much of my husband, so these 2 days of the 3 of us being back together, I can't wait for. So that is my top 10 things that I've learned being a school run mom this first week. It's going to be a learning curve. We've got lots of things to look forward to. First class assembly. I might do another school run mom video in a few weeks and see if I can change my list. But thank you for watching. If you don't subscribe to Worcester Mommy yet, then click on the subscribe button and I will see you again soon. Bye.